here's what's happening at Ewetopia Farms today. So, it's a corn day.
It's a little fuller than I like to have it.
You couldn't get a cuter little corn than that.
Only 1 kilometer to go. 2 wagons ready to go.
So let's get started. We had a poor little blue jay just smashed into the window. He's alive, so hopefully he's just got a concussion and needs to get better. So we're hoping none of the cats find him. We're going to keep an eye on him anyway, poor thing. But that's what a blue jay looks like. Look at the colors. Poor thing.
He's looking pretty good now. He's got his head up. He's moving his head. I think he'll be fine as long as a barn cat grabs him. There's Lynn doing the dishes in her house coat.
Arnie!
With those little furry slippers on. It's 8:30 in the morning, and we almost got the bin full. Yesterday it was almost full. I didn't want to fill it last night in case it got stuck. So we're just finishing up this morning. And just go up there and check that right now. Almost full. Hard to believe that much weight's in here. I'm pretty sure the bed's full. So we'll run up the ladder and give it a check, and we'll see how full it is. It's a little fuller than I like to have it, but in the next couple of days it'll settle down 2-3 inches because we have these air vents in here all over the bin, because this is a forced air bin. So this is not dry corn, this is 18%, and we're going to put forced air onto it, and we'll start feeding out of it. So that's a little fuller than I'd like to have it, but can't complain.
Today is a full day of harvesting corn. So we'll be heading out to the fields and see what's going on there. I'm just gonna finish off with the morning sheep chores. Arnie's already out there loading some corn onto the transport truck because it was half full. I can't remember how many truckloads we took away yesterday, but quite a few. And I'm expecting that we're gonna have a lot more today. So it's a corn day. Hi, pussycats. Good morning, you guys. No, get down, sweetheart. You're going to spill it. Is that your favorite part of the day? Oh, my goodness. There you go, you guys. Pippi and Mike. Hi. Okay, this mother cat, the one that greets me nowadays in the barn, we knew she had kittens in the dry bales of hay, but today's the day she brought the kittens into the barn. So there's just two, luckily. Here's one. Hi. Hi, you a little scared? You look lovely though. You do. This is where those two little kittens were born. You can see the little path. And they used to sleep in here, and behind these bales was their main little spot. We tried to keep away from it because we didn't want to attract coyotes or anything in here. But I see she figures they're old enough to come into the barn. So today we've got a lot of corn that's still at the back of the property. So all the gates from front right to the very back are open, so the wagons and the combine can get through. And as a result, the replacement ewe lambs are going to be indoors for the day because that runs right through their pasture. But they have lots of food, lots of space in here. They'll be fine for a day. Got a fresh bale of hay out here for them. They've had their morning grain. I'm just gonna go around, make sure everything's clean. And yeah, there's way more food in here for them than there is in the pastures anyway. Basically at this time of year here in Canada, they're just going out for exercise and to have a good time because they do enjoy running around. But there is not enough feed out there anymore for them, and certainly not enough good quality feed. Morning chores are done, and I still had a little bit of time before lunch, so I thought I'd take Ben and Max, go to the back of the property, and see how the corn's making out. And it was a little cold, so I put on some mitts and a little bandana here. Okay, we've made it to the cornfield we did yesterday. Now things get a little more difficult walking with all these stems and stuff to trip over. I've almost made it to the corner post here. Yeah, I can see why Arnie says corn debris is a nightmare. It's difficult to walk through, and yeah, I can't see how blades or anything can get through this with all this debris here. Doesn't look friendly. Was way friendlier with the corn head that actually chopped it all up into much smaller pieces. So you'll have to stay tuned and see how we deal with this. As you can see, the bean fields are nice and smooth. So we still have yet to do that field of corn way over there. I don't know how much is there, maybe 30 acres. And then we have this patch back here that he didn't complete last time that's got to come off. I don't know, maybe another 10 acres here. And right now, he's on the other farm we rent, which is just beyond that tree line, and that's where we're heading now. I'm still on our property right now. Just called the dogs back because I don't know where the combine is. But we've got an opening between our property and the next. And I can see they've got part of that corn off anyway. Okay, we're crossing through here into the neighbors now. And they've taken off all the front fields that go up to the road. And I'm pretty sure they're working back here, so we'll take a shortcut through the forest up here and see what we can see. I see Arnie coming out of the field with no wagons or anything. Is that your daddy, Max? Stay here. We'll find out what's happening anyway. What's happening?
scraping there 50 years old.
That's right, but what's happening in the field?
Oh, well, he's almost got all the wagons half full again. And I'm taking the trucks coming back to unload again. So he's going to fill up at least for 1 hour, 45 minutes fill up. And I'm out of fuel.
Okay, I'm just gonna film him back there.
Sure.
I'm gonna walk through the woods, I guess, and hopefully I'll get him cutting something.
Sure, we'll go and do that then. He's getting back there right now.
He's out of gas. He's gonna head back and fill up, and I'm gonna cut through the woods, like I said, to see what Cody's up to. I almost need to switch into my wandering shepherd's outfit right now as we head through the woods, as if we're going on a hike. Well, I guess we are going on a hike. So we have taken you through these woods before because our neighbor has a little trail through the bush, and we often come up here to see the trilliums and stuff like that, and we're allowed to hike on their bush. And I see people have done the nasty deed and put a hunting stand in here. One year we came back here and someone had put a hunting stand in our bush without permission. People aren't allowed to do that. You have to ask permission to hunt on people's property. So I'm going to assume that people here had permission, but we don't give them permission. Our bush is hunting free, partially because we don't like hunting, and partially because when we're walking in the bush and stuff, I don't like to be restricted to only walk when it's not hunting season, or having to worry about bullets flying, hitting the dogs, hitting me, hitting sheep if they're out at pasture. I just don't want people and guns on my property. So they've got some really old cars as a car burial ground back here too, which are always interesting to see. Not that I like to see garbage put out in the bush, but these are kind of neat. What is that, Max? The inside, all the stuffing from the seats have been chewed out, but the windshield still looks good. And then over here we have another one. I'd say this is an even older girl. Both are Fords, I believe, though. They've been back here a long, long time. You can see out there where he started to do the perimeter of this cornfield, and you can hear the combine. So we're almost there. Here's a really, really good hole that somebody's made. Come here, dogs! Come on! How's that for a little house? And there's some corn here. We do have owls back in the bush here, I assume that that's where all the owls in our farm come from. And up here, that thing, it's a hornet's nest. Mighty good job they did there. And I found a little fungus here, and when I get back to the house, I'm gonna show you something else related to the mushrooms and fungus that I keep finding. So stay tuned for that. No little rabbits and skunks and porcupines would go in there, because I know if I was one, they look like the perfect little homes to spend the winter and curl up and stay warm. And you can see that the ground around the hole is all trodden up. So I'm guessing someone lives in there. Come out of the bush on this side. This is where he's got a perimeter cut around the field. And so when farmers cut fields down, be it hay, beans, corn, whatever, they always go around the field several times first. And that allows them to do the rows without trampling the crop. So they'll be able to turn around in the cut off sections and go back and forth at that point. And we got the wagons piled up here, and I can hear he's in the next field. Back here on the other, this tree line is a fence as well, and he's in here, so he'll be coming around the perimeter, and we might be able to see him do that. And back in the bush again, and look at what we see here. This is someone who's brought a piece of corn over here and has been eating away happily. And here's some more corn. Perfect little spot here. Someone had a nice little picnic last night. So the wildlife pick up all the odds and ends that fall in the field, and you'll often drive by cornfields after they've been cut down, and you'll see them just filled with Canada geese as they're doing their migrations. They're eating all this stuff that got left behind, so no harm done. As I walk through the bush, I'm trying to guess where Cody's going to come out, because I can hear it, but everywhere I go, there's rocks with corn on them, or little eaten cobbs. But I hear him here, so I'm going to sit near, probably take a seat on this old log and wait to see him pop through. And again, at the base of this tree, corn. See that he's made one pass around this field, but I'm guessing he's going to do another. So I just got to keep the dogs with me. Make sure no accidents happen. Actually, there's another field on the other side of those trees in the background. This is a really narrow little outcropping here. And I'm guessing he's on that other outcropping. So onwards. So luckily the person who owns this piece of property that we rent kind of has the same philosophy as we do about keeping the old farms traditional with tree lines. Nowadays a lot of farmers don't like that because these branches shade the crop. The roots leach out some of the moisture from the crops. Branches fall in the field, and it makes the field just that bit smaller, so less crops can grow. However, the tree lines also protect from winds, They keep scorching heat off, and they keep the old farms alive, and the old trees alive too. And I think that has a value as well. May not be a monetary value, but it is a value nonetheless. For instance, you can see here an old oak branch has fallen off in this cornfield. He hasn't done it yet, so I'm just going to get it out of Cody's way so it doesn't bother his combine. And on the other side of those trees, that's our farm and our corn. And right on the very edge of the tree line, you see, we got little cobbs here, but they're little baby cobbs. And farmers don't like this. But those silly tree huggers sure do. You couldn't get a cuter little corn than that. And that's why various weather, soil, light conditions affect a crop. So you can see how little that is, but it's a perfect little corn. But the key word there is little, because this corn is right beside the trees, would have had more shade, and those roots are probably coming in here and drinking some of its moisture. But I like it. I'm going to bring it home. So I'm standing kind of at a junction right now. There's another opening into our fields. Cody will be going through that opening to get to our field that we didn't finish yesterday, which is the one I'm looking at here. If he goes through that, there's another cornfield of ours back here where you can see he's been working away at it, because he's got a bunch of rows already taken off. This is the field I'm standing in right now that had the little baby corn, but it's got lots of good corn too. And right beyond there, that's the forest we came out of. Well, we finally found them. Of these baby corns to bring home to put in a vase at home, because they're extremely cute and bright yellow color. To pick a whole bunch of these little baby corns, but I don't have a knife, and I just called Arnie and he doesn't have a knife, so I might not get them after all, because the stalks are so coarse and fibrous, I can't break through. I'm going to see if I can find some rocks to cut them with. But while I was looking for some rocks, I discovered some really cool fungus right here. I mean, it's winter and it's probably dying or dormant or whatever they do in the winter. But it looked like a bunch of leaves, but it's not. Hi, Benny. Hi. So Arnie's back, and in the distance you can see Cody with the combine. Kind of funny to see combines near bushes. But he's working back there. And the wagons are almost full. So Ernie's going to be taking them up to the road to offload them onto a transport truck or a grain hauler, whatever you want to call them. Hey, I felt a little bit like a pioneer just then. I found a handy rock and I gathered some corn. So I got a whole pile of corn here that I gotta now carry all the way back. Not that close to the home farm. So it should be fun. And I'll see what I can do with these. They've all got the little baby cobbs on them, so I thought they were cute and might make a nice decoration. And I think Ben's liking them too. So because I have the corn, I'm going to take these home and I'm going to do some more filming after lunch of the combining because obviously I got waylaid. No, I don't have ADHD. It just seems that way. Only 1 kilometer to go. Shouldn't take me too long, right? As I'm walking back from the other angle of that deer stand, I see what else they have out here. In the distance, you can see that. That's a lure. They feed the deer, so the deer come here so they can shoot them easily from sitting in their little stand with their coffee. I don't find that sporting at all. If you're gonna do it for sport, make it a sport. This is just like shooting sheep. Cody just filled up the wagons. He might be filling some more here, I'm not sure. And look at what else I just found. That's not sheep poop or corn, but I'm assuming those are hickory nuts or some sort of nut. That's kind of awesome. Very pretty. Because someone's got a stash for winter here. That's quite a stash. There they are, having a chit chat. Arnie wants to drive me back with the wagons and the corn. But 1, I don't think the corn will fit in the tractor. And 2, I've got the dogs with me. He says they'll follow, but I don't like that because he's going to the road. We've got lots of wagons. I just don't like it. So I'm walking home. And as I look right below me where I was just saying I'm walking home, we got a stash of definitely acorns here as well. The others weren't acorns, but you can see the little caps on these ones. These are acorns. Isn't nature pretty? Okay, made it home. My arms feel like lead. That was hard to carry, and now I'm boiling hot. And God knows what I'm going to do with them. I'll figure something out, and I'll let you know. Right now, I got to get a drink. Well, after my little wandering shepherd's corn gathering journey, I've come in, had some lunch. My nose is all stuffed again. I still feel like I'm fighting off a cold, but I wanted to show you this. Yesterday we had an Amazon delivery, and someone who you all know as Debbie Sue sent us something really special and appropriate. If you watch my Wandering Shepherds videos, you'll know exactly what this is all about. So, thank you so much, Debbie Sue, because I knew there was a Peterson's Field Guide to the birds, but I had no idea there was one to the mushrooms. So, right now I'm taking a break and having a look at some mushrooms.
Just leave it open a little bit, let the air come out. You can feel the air coming out, and he's already combining. Takes a lot of feed to feed sheep. There's a lot of bales sitting there. He's got 2 wagons ready to go. And we got a full load right there. And we got 2 wagons over there full. And I see he's combining in the very back of the farm. I'm just waiting in the field here. Well, I just took 40 ton of corn to the village. It's being unloaded. He says he'll be here in about 5 minutes. And I'm just waiting in the field with a cup of coffee, and I received this thermos after spending $20,000 on seed. They gave me a coffee thermos. So I'm just here enjoying the beautiful fall with the sunlight until the truck gets back. Hope to get another truckload out tonight, and then I think we're going to be locked into the morning, and we'll start again up in the morning. We might be done the corn tomorrow, maybe, if everything goes well. I think that's my truck coming right now. Yep, there he is. So we took two truckloads out today. Should be about 80 ton for sure, and we're hoping to get another 40 ton on the wagons tonight before dark. And the truck might come back this evening and load up at night, just to keep going while the weather's good.